Now, the press, I have to tell you, those people back there, I will tell you this. Not all of them, but many of them, are the most dishonest human beings on earth. They are the most dishonest human beings on earth. I've had days that are so good, and then you wake up the next morning and you say, man, did they take that. I won't even say what things, I could go one after another. And we don't make a lot of mistakes, all of us. We don't make mistakes. But what they do is they'll take a sentence and they'll make it much different than what you said, much different from what you meant. And all of a sudden they'll say, Donald Trump had a bad week because he said something perfect. Perfect. Okay? Perfect. I'm telling you, folks, and I tell it all the time, because as a Republican and as a Republican conservative, we are at a tremendous disadvantage. You look at the way they treat crooked Hillary. You take a look at this compared to the way they treat other people or the way they treat me. They are some of the worst human beings on earth. I really mean it. I really mean it. You know, where are my protesters? I want some protesters. You know, look at this room. The governor just said he's never seen a room like this in Indiana with this many people. He's never seen anything like it. Look at this thing. This is where your football team, look at the ceilings. Everything's nice. Let's see, well, my high. You know, I always talk about the wall's going to be real high, but that's really high up there. That's a big one. But they don't see crowds like this. We have crowds like this everywhere, no matter where we go. And every time I go home, my wife said, how was the crowd? And I always say, didn't you see it? They keep those cameras on my face. They never take the cameras off my face because they don't want people. I wish they'd turn those cameras over here. Take a look at this crowd. Take a look at this crowd. Look, the cameras aren't moving. They're really dishonest. I really mean this. They are so dishonest. That's why I love my protesters, because the only time they move the cameras are when we have a protest. If somebody were up there screaming or shouting, the cameras, which I used to think were in a fixed position, I said maybe mechanically they can't move. But when we have a protester, they turn and they're like a pretzel all over the wow. Through the cameraman's legs, up around his ankles. You never saw cameras move like this. The fact is that you have to know what you're getting. And the system is wonderful in many ways, but really bad in others. And one of the worst aspects of our system is the dishonest press. The dishonest media. It's one of the worst things. I really mean it. They write and say things that are disgraceful. So, and I like to say, you know why? Because when people see things or read things or hear things, they'll say, I'll tell you what, one of the most incredible, people said, what have you learned? I said, you know what I've learned? How smart the people are. Because their rating is so low, they're so thought of so badly, it's like how smart the people were. And I'll say this. Various anchors, some of whom truly dislike Donald Trump, have said, what's happened to us, I'm messenger, you're the important ones in this whole thing. But what happened to us is one of the greatest political phenomena they've ever seen in this country, in the history of the country. I didn't even know that. Bill O'Reilly, of course, I'm on his show tonight, so if you get home, you'll see the second edition. But Bill O'Reilly said, the single greatest political phenomena that he's seen in his lifetime. Now, he's a pro, smart guy, tough. But the single greatest political phenomena that he's seen in his lifetime is Donald Trump and all of us.